Like if you reading this, it's sorry, it's too late type vibe. Like that's the Drake
Right.
that I love. It's like when he can just he just put you in the zone.
Right. Look, I don't know if we got like a light skin connection or
Oop.
or like what it is, but I feel like whenever Drake or Chris Brown drop an album, bro, like
Mhm.
it hits home for me. Like I'm talking about it hits home like no bull, bro. Like I'm dead serious. But I don't know
Yeah.
that song was just really on my spirit. It was I don't know something about it.
I mean, shit's just good. And plus, like even just like the beat choice is like a vibe, like the way that it was utilized. So yeah.
Right. And then I also like sorry. I also feel like music is like a motivating factor for people and they don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because how many times like if there's a such thing as like workout music. Now you can work out to any song, but at some point you end up playing that song while you're working out, and that's how it becomes like workout music. So it'd be the same thing in the morning where some people be like, I listen to this song every morning. You know what I'm saying? Because this song just seems to like kickstart my day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just some songs that really just speak to a person. I don't know if it's the frequency of the song. I don't know if it's the instruments used within the song. I don't know what it is exactly. But
I
I'm
mean, it's
I'm
therapeutic.
definitely, what I'm saying, like right. And then some songs just fall on me. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of them songs right there, bro. It's just on my spirit. I'm like, you know what? I gotta listen to this before we kick things off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I
I mean,
felt that. And that's what they say. I felt that.
I understand because like anytime I go through a breakup, I always play like I play Tupac. I wonder why they called you bitch. Just
What the
each, like
what?
each time I went through a breakup, I wonder why they called you bitch. I wonder
Nah,
why
I
they
wonder
called you
why they
bitch.
called
I
it.
bet you.
Right.
I bet you.
Yeah, nah. I just
So
like, I don't know, some songs, like I like songs that got like a lot of life in them. You know what I'm saying? Like live instrument, not like live instruments, but like loud instruments. You know what I mean? That have like a higher sound to them. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that say, y'all know that's like, you know what I mean? When you turn
it's
the
that
light on,
instrument that touch your soul. You know what I'm saying? Like that
yeah,
instrument that just like the strings, like I love the strings and the trumpet, the horns, the brass. Like then you complement that with like the certain type of drums, like the live drums that you can hit with that with the 808 behind it. Then you have the perfect bass line. Like all that stuff
like that
matters.
Rock Boys beat,
You said who? You said who
like
beat?
that Jay-Z, like that Jay-Z Rock Boys beat.
Yeah, like when
Oh,
what
that whole American Gangster album, like the beat selection, like the
mm,
production, dope, dog. Like,
yeah,
yeah, speak to you type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kanye West, Life of Pablo. We only making the
yeah,
always, you know what I'm saying? Like he just know what to do. What
man.
can
It's just
make you do this? Make us run.
like
Let's
music
go
is
up. Mm-mm-mm.
man. Listen,
That
bruh.
shit dope.
Like
Dope,
when he
bro.
did, even when he did that, even when Kanye did Power, no one man can have all that power. You hear the hey, oh, then you
Even
compliment the
I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. Well, now I spent that on the necklace.
necklace.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. See
yeah,
what I'm saying? Music just I don't know, bro. But yeah, back to the the thesis statement of this whole thing. Yeah, me, Drake, and Chris Brown got some kind of connection, bro, because their music hit home, bro. It's like we all be going through the same problems at the same time. And I'd be like, dog, you know what? You knew exactly what I needed. Let me get that. Play number one, two, three, and four. Like, mhm.
cause it's maybe because you know what they do tap in like they the light skinned boss. Like they're at the
They the
light
goat.
skin of all. Yeah, they're the
Like
goat. Like all light skins of light skin. Like you have to like once you pass a certain light skin nigga. Like they say like Shamar Moore. No, like Shamar Moore. He like around that where Boris Kojo and all them. But if you want to go to the ultimate light skin, because the way that Chris Brown and Drake touch all light skins is wild. Like he got the Fire Nation under his belt.
man, I don't know. But I'm a part of that nation because
Hey, I'm part of that nation too, cause that should be slapping,
I'm going crazy for real, for
bro.
real. But it
We
also because around that time, around that time, we all could be making the same choices as well, and that could
right.
be what's why the music hits home. You know what I'm saying? We all do stupid stuff. We all mess up. We all go through experiences. You know what I mean? And everybody goes through the same kind of experience, just in a different way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you go through heartbreak. I've been through heartbreak, but we've experienced it differently. So it hits differently. You know what I'm saying? What heartbreak looks like to you doesn't look the same for me.
Yeah, but yeah. Heartbreak is heart. Whew, Lord Jesus, cause the way I used to deal with heartbreaks. I ain't gonna lie. I was probably like a little simp. Like, well, why you gotta leave me? What's going on? Why I do? Why I could? Can I be better? Oh my God, I can't believe it. All women are all women ain't shit. It's just going through that phase, bro. And just like, oh, why I can't find love? Why I can't do this? God, why? Why? And it's just like just dealing with like looking back at it now, it's like that. I would I dealt with it and from emotional like Gurge standpoint because I was so rooted into my trauma that I had with my father and stuff. Just like the abandonment or the rejection issue. Like, dang, why you supposed to love me? Why you rejecting me type thing. Like that's where it came from. But now it's like, yeah, you leave, nigga.
Doses, chunking up the do. See what I'm saying? Chris
So
Brown. It always
right,
hit.
so it just this is all so it's just like I think it's the choices that you make that really like defines where you're trying to go and how you
Right.
deal with certain things. Because I mean nowadays, just looking at bro, niggas ain't really making the right choices. When you like you some people like, man, outside looking in, like this is what's going on. But really it is the truth. Like outside looking in, you making dumb choices. The stuff that's going on in the world nowadays. Like people like just certain things like you wake up that morning to make the choice that I'm going to go ahead and rob the jewelry store with everybody else.
You make me a grill. That's
And
beautiful. Like that.
it's crazy because you stealing all the jewelry and they come just report it stolen, so you can't. It's going to be worth nothing unless you sell on the street or try to break it down with gold. But still, at the end of the day, like you risking all that just for a piece of gold. Like, come on now. Like it just I think just the world in general, just man, like it's wild. Like if you look at some like even if you look at some of your friends, right? You be like, man, come on, man, you gotta make better choices
All the time.
all the time, right? It's like we live in a society that we can't say you need to make better choices. It always goes back into somebody getting offended because, like, man, you can make a better choice than that.
And I feel
Then,
like that's something that comes along with maturity that people don't speak about a lot. You know what I mean? Is accountability and being able to step up and say, you know what, you're right. I do need to make better choices. Or to say, you know what, I know I'm making bad choices. You
right?
know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard for people to do. It's hard to have that kind of accountability for yourself, but that's what makes you separate from the rest. That's what makes you stronger. But then you also got to have the understanding and the perspective to see that the choices that you're making are why you're in the situations that you're in as well. And are you or are you not comfortable in the situation that you're in, which will let you know are you or are you not comfortable with the choices that you're making.
God damn, Lord knows shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some choices I made, I'm like, yep, that was stupid. That was dumb. But I think the difference is that, like you said, like it's just about the accountability standpoint, right? It's
Right.
like, okay, I made it. You know what? I messed up. I made a bad choice. Like
Hmm.
having that conversation versus having a conversation of, oh man, but if the person would have went left, I mean, I would have been good. If the person would have did this, the person, like, you putting the blame on somebody else, or you putting the blame on certain scenarios that you wish it could have played out differently, and you're never holding yourself accountable. Just like if you look at just the whole Nicki Minaj situation. Well, let's say not Nicki Minaj. Let me say it like this: her husband, which basically he was on probation already anyway, but you go ahead and go on live and threaten Offset and tell him what you're gonna do, then having your homeboys tag all these blogs. Then now the police is basically saying, hey, your ass gonna have to stay in the house for 120, 180 days on house arrest. You can't go outside now. But it's like, when do you get to the point where you say, you know what, before I do this, let me think about this, instead of having yourself out there like that.
At what point does it get old?
Right, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's
when
that's
do it get
that's
old?
something. I was talking about that with my homie the other day. Like, what's the cutoff point? You know what I'm saying? At what point do you really have to say, you know what? Time is moving and I need to get it together. Like, what is the perfect age for that? Like, of course, your whole life you should be focused on, you know what I'm saying, getting life together. But I'm starting to become one of those people who don't believe, you know how they always say, like, it's never too late. I'm one of those people who's starting to believe like there is a time where it is too late. I'm not
No, it
saying it's
is.
too late to go and get like your degrees or nothing. I'm not saying that, but there is a time when it's too late for you to be trying to like mentally, like physically, like all of like holistically get it together. There is a time it does become a time when it's too late because if you're not taking care of yourself, it's a domino effect into what affects your health or
Right.
something. You end up with like a disability, or you end up in a situation where you can't climb out of it, or you got to go so far back that you know what I'm saying that it becomes too late by the time you do catch up to where you need to be. So there is a such thing as too late.
And that's the thing, right? Like, even let's look at it like a biological standpoint for for women, right? There's a certain time frame. They have a clock that says, "Hey, at this standpoint, you ain't gonna have no more children."
Hmm.
That is a biological clock that happens, and that's what needs to happen for everybody. For on a moral standpoint, like, when is enough is enough? Like, when is it to the point where it's like, you know what? Okay, this is cool at one moment, but you know what? At this time, it's like there's a time and place for everything, right?
Hmm.
That's a generation. That, to me, that's like a universal standard. It's a time and a place for everything. You ain't gonna go. You shouldn't be going to no funeral shaking your ass. This ain't a club. Like, this is a time for mourning. This is a time for celebrating life. Like, shaking your ass ain't the time and the place. So I think that's where it get to the standpoint of, it's a time and place for everything, man.
And then it's just when that time get there, like you know what I mean, I said where it's like time's up, like it is too late. It's not too late far as it being over, but I think that's when people have to realize, okay, this is where I have to not settle, but I have to settle for what I'm in right now and make the best out of it.
Mm.
And that may not always look like that dream that you had, but then you got to have that accountability to say that that was on you. That was your fault that you didn't get there. That's your fault that you didn't take the proper steps, especially when you had like support and you had people around you that were doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's your fault if you don't make those choices, you don't take those steps.
Right. It's like hearing that it's like hearing that that shoulda coulda woulda athlete. Like, oh yeah, man, shoot, I could have went to the league. Oh, he ain't nothing. I could have whooped him. I could have beat them.
Or what
I mean,
about the
I would.
people who play people that they see like, oh yeah, I used to play. I played him in high school. Like what, man? When I played for someone, we used to, man, we beat them every year. Apparently, whatever he was doing off the field made him better than you. Whatever he
Hey,
was doing outside the gym made him better than you.
hey, cause he in the league right now. You ain't.
Right. That's that lock-in mode that people are not in. You gotta lock in and focus on yourself. And that's where a lot of people going wrong. I don't think a lot of people focused on themselves because they're being blasted with so much news and so much of other people's business that makes other people seem as if they're more important than who you are. And that's not. Stop focusing on them people's lives and focus on you. It's that entertainment. You entering into something. You're entering into some type of containment. And you got to get out of that so you can focus on yourself.
And that's the thing. No one's really focused on themselves anymore. Everybody trying to. What it is, everybody trying to police everybody. Like I know everybody got a stance, and you know what I'm saying. You got your own standards and whatever, but it's like it's just like, oh, you can't. So and so is doing this. Let's go ahead and attack them. Like we gotta look at the bigger picture. Like we need to fight for what's really true and what's really out there instead of fighting over words and all this other bullshit. Like what we need to fight over, what can it how can we make a real change in the community? Like what financial literacy that we can do in the community? What can we do to improve like ourselves? Because the only way you can get better or improve a community is that you get better yourself. That's like they always said when you on the airplane, put the mask on first. You put the mask on first so you can be able to help somebody else.
Yeah. By taking care of yourself, that's the best thing that you can do for everything and everybody around you.
Like you make sure you financially set, financially free, out of debt, mentally there, prepared. Like oh, why then you ain't out here giving? What are you doing giving? How are you giving?
Right.
Oh man, they need to do better. They need a better better employees. Okay, send them a better employees then. You got referrals, nigga. So it's like,
You got the plug, cuz.
yeah, like we. I think in order we, I think is and we talk about it a lot, and I think it's just applying that. It's just applying the action to it. Like, what are we doing? Because we can say like even like look
That's
at
funny
like
because conversation hit
mm,
that conversation hit home when you hear it and you say it, and it's like right because it's certain places that we trying to get to, it's certain places that we trying to go. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
we need to look at it as the same thing. Like, what are we doing?
What do
You got to address that situation, man. You got to make it happen, especially if it's something that you want.
absolutely.
And I think that may be a part of the situation too. It's a lot of people out here that just don't know exactly what they want. You'd be surprised how many people you ask. Like realistically, you know what I mean? Like the question always goes, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Right. And the
Mhm.
person gives you like that average answer where they like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Me, my family, you know what I'm saying? Big crib, you know what I'm saying? Nice whip, you know what I'm saying? Like we taking trips. Right. That's the given. That's what everybody wants to do. We understand that part. But what does that look like for you? That's the question people can't answer. People don't know what that looks like for them. They always paint a picture or they have a mindset with a thought of something that somebody else is doing. But it's never it's hard for people to really imagine it, envision it for themselves. What does it look
Mhm.
like for them? Because once you can do that, then you can visualize the steps you need to take to get there because you know exactly what you want now. So go get it. But a lot of people don't know exactly what they want. They all over the board.
Yeah, because it's they always try. It's I think what it is too is that just trying to find what is your purpose in life. That's why everybody's all over the board, all over the place, is because everybody's trying to find a purpose, or they look at somebody else. They're looking at somebody else's purpose and saying like, "Oh, let me go ahead and get that purpose too," and trying to make it their own. And when actuality, like, does that really fit your? Does that really fit you? Is that something that you really want to do? Like when everybody was like trying to go and do the like when everybody ran, like I'll say this, and when everybody ran to do the NFTs because they said, "Oh, it's making money, it makes money, it makes money,
Uh-huh.
it's making money, it's gonna make some money. Everybody gotta do it. No, you need to invest." Now the shit ain't worth nothing.
And I said that when it first happened, because I'm in the, I do stocks and all that. I look into a little bit of Forex and all that type of stuff.
Hmm.
And I was telling people when it first hit, I'm like, this is temporary. And this is one of them things where like once it popped, when you missed that window, you missed it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was over with. So by the time news got out, you know what I'm saying, and people started jumping on it, it was little twos and fews that was still left to be made. But yeah, the people miss that opportunity though that it actually provided. Same when they come down to like the cryptocurrency.
Hmm.
Like people miss their opportunities with some of those coins that was popping up. But I don't understand. I mean, I don't get it. But then some people will sit there and tell you it's because we're not a part of that tech world. You know what I mean? We don't know the technological things that's going on right now. And maybe that stuff would be used, in the metaverse. But I'm like, what happened to that?
And that's the thing. You remember that was a big thing.
And all
Oh,
of a sudden,
metaverse.
what's going on? No more celebrities, houses in the metaverse, and concerts in the metaverse. What happened?
Because this is what this is what it boils down to, right? Like, is that really practical for the day to day life of someone who's trying to make ends meet, who's trying to provide for their family with inflations and with other bills and stuff that they gotta take care of. Like, yeah, that's fun for y'all rich niggas who ain't got no like that you can take off a whole month and not do shit because you wealthy enough to do that. But for the average person, we ain't got time to sit around all damn day and
I got
just
no
be all in the virtual.
politics world. I ain't got time to be dealing with no
Right,
politics.
bruh.
World.
Like, how the fuck I got a domestic violence case in the metaverse?
The metaverse. I'm a whole
Hey, niggas gonna
Christian
be
man in the real world. But I'm fighting domestic violence cases in the metaverse.
niggas get sent to
Man,
prison.
no.
Nigga get sent to prison in metaverse home, so I gotta serve my time. And let me put on this headset. Like there's gonna be a violation in
Now,
real life. Like, nigga, I could
and,
delete this app.
now they live in the real world.
Like, I think what it is that I think people just going to the fact that it's like they want to be in the future so much. Is that like, bro, just give it time, man. Certain things is not for certain times. It's a time and place. It's a time and place for everything. Like, we dealing with inflation, nigga. I gotta pay $4.99 for gas. Like, nigga,
Man,
I'm not about to be worrying about being no metaverse with a VR headset. Especially if I can't really
Right.
afford that. If I can't afford the time to do
All
that,
day.
I'm not doing that. Like niggas can do that all day because that's probably their job or they probably getting paid or sponsors for that. Like them TikToker niggas and streamers, they do that shit, and that's okay because that's their job.
But
That's how
that's
they
the
get
thing,
paid.
bro. That's the thing. I haven't seen anybody. And I follow like a lot of podcasts. I follow a lot of streamers and all this type of stuff, bro. I see nothing, nothing, bro. Like
From the
what
metaverse.
happened to the meta stuff? Yeah, like what happened to it? Like, are we not a part of like a certain community or something? Is this a secret club or something now? Like for real?
It's probably where all the Illuminati niggas at. They say, yeah, we know these broke niggas can't afford the metaverse. We're gonna be in the metaverse doing all type of wicked shit, and they won't even know. Just saying.
It's mad crazy.
Because
They see
like
you
think
slowly
about
but
it,
surely.
right?
What's happening?
I'm just I'm just saying, like, think about it, like that shit is like what you said. There's niggas ain't promoting the metaverse like that no more. There's no TikTok, no nothing like that is saying about metaverses. Like I seen like one dude, he'll post something from that he got the VR headset, but I don't even think that's the fucking metaverse. I think that's like an Oculus or some shit like that. But
What
even
that's not the same thing?
no, I think the Oculus is the same thing, but I think there's an app for the metaverse
Oh, okay.
that you
Okay.
can basically get into.
Like
He was yeah,
the Oculus, like the headset is
right.
and versus like a software.
Mhm.
Got you. See what I'm saying? I'm so out of touch with the metaverse world. I'm not supposed to be a part of that secret society.
I ain't gonna lie, my they got the Oculus. Judah got the Oculus here. Shit cold though. I ain't gonna lie. Shit is cold. And the way it's set up is literally set up to the point where makes you feel like you're at home when you're at home. Like in the metaverse, you're literally at home. And the way you watch Netflix, you watch it at home.
Huh? Say it
Yep.
again for the people in the back.
So the way that the virtual headset works is that even for apps, for the Netflix, you're at home watching Netflix at home. So if you're at home, like physically on a couch, go. It does not matter what part of the room you're at. As soon as you put on that virtual headset and you're trying to watch Netflix, it sets you up where you're sitting on a couch watching Netflix, like a home theater.
Oh wow.
Like literally, it's feel like, and it's crazy part about it is like it makes it so real where you feel like you're really at a movie theater or you really at the crib just watching TV. Way you move side to side, that's how you can view that's how you can watch it. The way you turn, you can look at it, you can turn to all the way to the left, you can see like the windows and stuff, and you don't even see the movie anymore. That shit crazy. Told you, that shit crazy.
Wow. No, I had you tripping.
No, like bro, like this, it's wild.
Have you ever watched the whole movie through it?
I watched like first 15 minutes because I had to go. I ain't gonna lie, I was geeked. I was gonna watch it again because it was. I ain't gonna lie, it was. And plus, it already has headphones. It already has like sound, like a home theater sound in your virtual headset. So the thing be coming in is like it's like literally like a home theater, like a surround sound.
Don't make me go get one.
And my mama, I ain't gonna lie, it'd be a good investment.
Yeah.
It'd be a good investment. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'll have to check that out. That seemed pretty dope.
I ain't gonna lie, it
How
was fun.
gaming on there is.
I ain't gonna lie, that bitch was cold. 'Cause it's a shooting game. You gotta like, you gotta really reload that bitch. Like, bro.
But how do you move and stuff though? Like,
So you move with, so it gives you like a little analog thing, so you can move up. And the way you move too, you get like a barrier, and it'll tell you if you're outside that barrier, and then it'll stop the game. But you can literally move around, turn around, duck, pop, 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 like shit cold, bro. That shit cold, bro.
all right, you sold it to me.
I was beating it, bro. One thing you could actually throw hands on that motherfucker. He be five, 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 five. I was busting, I was beating them niggas ass. Ah, five, five, get and they got a
You
they
sold
got a
it to me.
yeah, they got bar fights on that bitch. You crack the bitch bar fight.
What?
Yep, bar fights, bitch.
What is the bar fights for? Like, where did that come from? Like, you can go to like a social club or something?
Nah, yeah, it's like a group of niggas. This is niggas in there. They just look at each other and just be like bar fight, fuck. Just start just whooping niggas. I was
Wow,
just
going down.
yeah, it's a lot of you. It's if you got a lot of pent up aggression,
Say,
then
go to
go.
the social
The, the,
club.
yeah, I think that's what the metaverse is for niggas who try got they got that pent up aggression. They know they can't shoot niggas in real life, so they just use the metaverse.
Until they get banned. Then what?
I don't know if they're gonna get banned, but I know it was still wild from that one story that the lady said that she was getting sexually assaulted in the metaverse. But it's like you can just turn
Oh,
off the headset to have them stop. Like I don't get it. I know.
listen, man. Let's
I know.
let's let's time this to the left, real quick. You sold it to me, man. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm not quite sold on, to be honest with you.
What is it?
This
You said
Tupac
what?
murder.
Ooh. You don't think so? Okay,
So ain't
so
this the guy? Ain't this the same guy that was on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? And he was like talking about the whole shooting or something, saying something about like his nephew or something. If I don't like, if I ain't mistaken, right?
yeah, he's saying that his nephew did it. Something about his nephew killed Tupac, and he was the passenger, and he saw, I guess, saw the whole thing. So, from my recollection, is that from what I saw in the comments and people talking about it or who's been following this, they said that basically he is, since they can't get the nephew because the nephew passed away, he's in connection to it because it's basically like you're a part of the murder, like you knew this whole time. And he was doing interviews
That's
about
what
it,
I'm.
so I
Yeah,
don't.
right.
So it's like, why now? Like you held on to that. This
Is it? But is it why now for him, or is it why now for us?
no, why not for him? Because we always been like, who killed Tupac, or Tupac still alive and he's in Cuba somewhere. We always been like wishy washy on the fact that if Tupac is dead or alive. But just the fact, like, why did he decide to do it? Because he he recently just started coming out with these interviews. Like, you waited to now. Like, what is the reason why you waiting to now? Because you could have been did those interviews way back in the day, unless you trying to base it off of like, oh, statute of limitation.
Right.
Like, oh, because this time has passed, I can talk about it now, and they can't get me on it because statute of limitation. And plus, he probably was thinking that I saw it, but it ain't like I pulled the trigger. So
Mm, yeah, like one of the comments said, when dry snitching catches up to you. Like you was trying to tell on somebody, and it was like, okay, but nigga, do you realize you just told us that you know what I'm saying?
that you was there the whole time, like you knew.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's your nephew, so because you're in the car you with your nephew, you're
Now, what's the motive?
why now? Why is he saying it now?
No, what was the motive for killing Pop?
They didn't even like. I have not heard any interview by him saying what the motive was. Like maybe there's an interview out there that probably tells the motive, but the ones that I found, I didn't hear any motives of why they did it. So either it was like, hey, this is going to be a hit, and we want you to do this. You won't get caught.
And then I guess I feel like the what now part, far as like from our standpoint, like why now? Like why all of a sudden now do y'all want to tell us this information and unveil this news? Like, but y'all want to distract people from the fact that there's a government shutdown that almost just occurred. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden they passed this law and this bill where they got more money. They done sent so much money to Ukraine that it almost forced us into a government shutdown. But they passed this law, they passed this bill.
The spending
Uh,
bill account, something like that.
yeah, to give the government, you know what I mean, a little leeway. But it's like, dude, what's really going on, bro?
Like honestly, I don't understand like how the government can be so much in debt and there's no bill collectors that's going after them. But when I get in debt, bill collectors want to collect that money from me.
Bro,
So when
they
they
are
like,
the collectors. That's why.
but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, how you gonna collect money from me? Y'all niggas broke too.
Because they trying to get their paper right. They can't get their paper right because you ain't getting your paper right. You feel me?
But because they taking the paper that I'm trying to get right.
Right. Like I don't know, man. But yeah, dude, like we just be getting hit with all this random news, and people got to stop for a second and just ask, like, why? Why are you telling me this information? And there's always an underlying issue to why. And I think that's what it is. They're trying to block us from paying attention to this government shutdown stuff because that's gonna force us into a corner.
But the
And
thing
want
is now there ain't no
I
government shutdown now.
I need all my no, they passed the little bill. I ain't read up on the bill though. I gotta read up on it.
Yeah, it needs. I need to look up on it too, cause I need to see what the hell is going on. Because it's
Yeah, you
too
know,
much of this crazy stuff going on nowadays, and
I guess we got justice for Tupac though, so we should be good now.
man, I don't know. It's like maybe it's just I just gotta let it settle in because it just feels like I'm never of that why now type situation type feel. Like why now? Just why? But I'm glad he got justice. I'm glad like there's some type of closure. I'll say that some type of closure that all parties should feel, even the world. So one person I know who got closure is Jada. Jada got closure.
Yeah, she spoke out real fast.
Hmm. Glad she got some closure.
Why? You think
Huh?
she's still cheating on her? You think she's still cheating on her husband?
I can't confirm or deny any of those allegations. I don't know. I mean, guess whatever they decide to do in their little marriage, I mean that's on them. But I'm just glad that she got closure for her her friend, her friend. So I'm glad she got closure.
Got you. Okay, I just
Yeah.
wanted to see where you was going with that. You never know with you sometimes.
Oh yeah, you never know. May go, may go left with it, right with it.
Otherwise, man, there's so much random stuff going on. I'm still trying to catch up with this UAP stuff, this UFO stuff. Oh, we get the we they gave us the one hearing, and then they didn't give us anything else behind that. So I'm trying to figure out like what happened. Was the hearing that strong? They gave out too much information in that one hearing that they like, oh, hold up, put a back seat on this. Let's take this off TV. We're gonna make sure we handle this privately so we can control what information is getting out. Or like what's going on? Like why I don't know why all of a sudden we stopped hearing about that. But now we gotta sit here and be forced to hear about Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift. Like,
Well, congrats to them too, Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift. I'm glad y'all chose.
always,
Uh,
congratulations. Like that's stuff.
congratulations. But I am with you on the aliens things because I feel like they trying to go in the background. Like I feel like they said like they gave out too much information, and I know they try to throw us off with that bullshit as alien replica clay, whatever it is. Like don't play in our face. Like they
Mm-hmm.
ain't no damn. Like don't play with our. Don't. I know what Stevens.
Let's
I
just
saw
show
what
them,
Stevens.
forget about it type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like bro, Steven Spielberg made a better alien than that. So don't play with me.
That little alien definitely wasn't flying no aircraft.
Right, bro. Get the fuck
Not
out of
was
here.
covered from nowhere. Nuh-uh.
Nah, like nah. Stop playing with me. So I just feel like they're trying to like okay, we gave them information now. Let's throw them off with this information, but we still gonna hold on to the truth. So we're gonna mix the truth with a lie.
Right.
And
Now,
I
like
felt
what
like
happened
that's what
like
they're
to the
doing.
guy? He got the whistleblower? Like what happened to the whistleblower? He like nobody wants to interview this guy no more or nothing.
Right, right. Why he ain't on Good Morning America? Why he ain't on The View?
Right.
Like,
'Cause
nah, he needs to be out there.
then they keeping too many secrets. I don't like secrets, man.
Mm-mm.
America can seem so evil sometimes, you know?
We meet sometimes. Nigga, all the time. America evil as hell.
Not all the time. Not all the
Okay,
time.
okay,
Some great things happen here.
okay. You right.
Some some great things happen here. But at
You know
some
what?
time,
We
America
got
can be evil.
so I ain't gonna lie. So we got LeBron James. We got Michael Jordan. We had Kobe B. Bryant. Rest in
Mhm.
peace. Then you know what I'm saying? Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon, all them the great stars. Kyrie. Know what I'm saying? That's all in America. Then you know what I'm saying? We got the superstar. We got Denzel, motherfucking Washington. Then we
Uh-huh.
got his kids. Then we got Holly, Holly Berry. we, got, we got Holly Berry. You know what I'm saying? We got Holly Berry. We got Nia Long. You know what I'm saying? It's still it's still fuck Udaka. Oh, this way, nigga. Fuck Udaka. We love you, Nia. Know what I'm saying? Then we got our aunties Viola Davis and Angela Bassett. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Uh-huh.
Uncle Snoop, you know what I'm saying?
All the time.
All the time. Jay-Z, Fitty, like all them, man. We got some stars. And I forgot to mention my boy Drake, Chris Breezy, you know what I'm saying?
See, you always trying to keep
Uh,
the light skinned brothers up. See, that's America's problem now. They always trying to keep the light skinned brothers
no,
out.
I mentioned them. Then we know what I'm saying. We got the Tyler Perrys. Then we got the Country Waynes. Then we got the 85 South. We got the Gillian Wallow. I mean, so America do have for us, I know for a fact what we can see. Just like even the black text, that's the black text, the high schoolers who's doing great. Like there's a lot of great things, a lot of great accomplishment that does
Behind the
happen in
scenes
America.
work.
So I get it.
Yes, that behind the scenes work.
Yeah, so I mean, I get that. All the black people that are moving, trying to move their police force or their law enforcement further and progressing into trying to better reform their communities in that aspect. Shout out to y'all. So I get there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, but hey, I ain't gonna complain about that. Even though, yeah, I still got my little beef with them, beef with America, but it is what it is. We still got
You
a lot
got,
of great
you
things,
got beef with the whole America.
bruh. Cause man, like, come on, man. No, this is what I got beef with. I got beef with
I got beef with
the
America too. But I'm just
I
saying,
got
like,
beef with the American justice system, the laws, the political aspects of things, because I feel like why have we have
mm,
two sides that supposedly supposed to come together for for people, but they got their own political agendas. They got the big pharmas into this in this whole thing where they're dictating health and oh we can't do this because it's causing this much money, but we're gonna go ahead and provide aid to all these other people in different countries while we still got homeless niggas who's struggling who got we got single fathers or single mothers who struggling trying to make ends meet, but they supposedly make too much to qualify for food stamps and stuff like that or assistance. So it's a lot of stuff that's I feel like the checks and balances ain't checking and balancing.
gotcha. And my whole issue that I have with America is just the fact that it seems like everybody can get something or some kind of justice or some type of something for what America has, put generationally on their culture's back. You know what I'm saying? And they just don't acknowledge, what had happened to us.
And
And
that's
I feel like we should, be getting something, in return for 400 years of torture.
yeah, and that's but what we're getting back is like it's saying like, hey, we have these successful black people, so y'all should be happy for that. But it's not the fact that y'all gave them opportunities or they created their own opportunity because with the God-given gift that they have and talent that they have. So it
Right.
was just that's that was going to be that was going to be given anyway. It's the fact that as a whole, you can't even apologize. You can't even do do the right thing. But we see other races get treated like, "Oh yeah, you guys can get this, you guys get that. Oh, this is we have a whole bill for you guys." And granted, we can say that we have bills for us and everything like that, but it's not as impactful as the others. So, I mean, that's the thing that I'm saying. It's like, can we get like, you know what we did was messed up, and let's go ahead. How can we? Let's go ahead and make those changes. Then you start working on, and that's why it's like that's why a lot of people said, like a lot of black people said, like America is not going to move forward or be progressive and move great until they fix what they done with black people.
Hmm.
It will forever
America.
be a curse. It will forever be a curse because it's like you guys can't do one simple thing.
And that's just really practicing out equality. We're not equal. There's still different classes, there's still different levels, there's still different brackets, there's still different sectors. We're not equal yet. And there's
We're
still
not,
places you will not allow us to go to.
and they know that.
Hmm. There are levels that you will not allow us to get to, surpass. Even when y'all made Barack Obama the president, that was more of a mockery in the face to me, I feel.
Mm, that's how you feel?
Yeah,
So
because
it's just
the whole board that he had was Republicans. So what was he really able to do?
yeah, he wasn't able to do nothing because that's the thing. It's like you saying that he wants to bring about change, but how can you bring about change for something that
He did bring about change.
uh
It was the era of the alphabet people.
bruh, I ain't want to say it, but you yeah, that's
That
exactly
was
what
the
the era was.
change. That was the change that was, the acceptance part came in around that part. And
Mm,
that was equality, but it wasn't the equality that we thought we were going to get.
mm-mm,
So then it also forced a lot of our cultural people to look at that as the way to go. And our community was affected by our youth all of a sudden wanting to be different. I'm gonna dress like a girl, or I'm gonna dress like a boy, or I'm gender identification. To start having gender confusion. But that's another conversation.
I want to dive deep in that one. We'll do that next week.
Yes, hey man. Listen. On that note, get them people that run down, boy.
Man, y'all can find us you can actually email us at culturekingspod@gmail.com. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well, Culture Kings Pod, and as well on Facebook, Culture Kings Podcast,
And it has been another session with Culture Kings podcast. You have been locked in with your boy Royalty.
and King Adams.
You knew that.